Hello and welcome back to the Footballing Question YouTube channel, and it's official, Frank Lampard is back as the Chelsea manager. They were looking for an interim manager, someone to take care of the rest of their games for the rest of the season, and they found it. They brought in Lampard, and it's a weird one. Obviously, I've seen a lot of rival fans on Twitter, mainly Arsenal fans, obviously, because that's who I talk to the most, and they've mocked it. They've joked about it and him getting the job, but I'm going to talk about, the differing sides of it. Obviously, you've got that side where it's like funny because he got sacked for doing poor at the club, and then not too long later, they just turn back to him because they can't find anything to do for the rest of the season. But here's the thing, they just need someone to just fill in this position on a short-term basis, who knows the club, who can just come in, take care of things, maybe try and stabilise things with the players and everything, calm everything down, and just while they're patiently looking for another guy to come in on a full-term basis on a contract from the summer onwards. And I think that's what clubs need to do in that situation. You just need someone. You don't make the rush appointment permanently now, which is why I questioned sacking Potter in the first place a little bit. Him doing poorly at the club, yes, I understand him going, but the whole, why don't you just wait until the summer? I don't know. But still, I think him going was probably the right choice. Regarding the decision, he didn't do great at Chelsea at the end. Towards the end, it was getting a bit stale. The football just wasn't working, and he wasn't getting the best out of his players, and that squad eventually won the Champions League the season he left with Thomas Tuchel. He did do well in his first season, obviously getting top four with that young squad, prioritising the players like Tomori, Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, two of which have left Chelsea to go to Serie A and do better. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird seeing him back in the hot seat there. The one good thing is that I think they've pretty much clarified it is only on the short term. He is not going to, if he does well, I don't think he's going to get a contract. I don't think that's going to happen. They are looking at things. I've heard Luis Enrique mention Nagelsmann. They seem to be the main targets. But, we can talk about that closer to when those things get confirmed. With Lampard, I think, I'm not going to criticise it too much because Chelsea are having such a poor season. It can't really get worse. Top four is not happening. The only way they get Champions League is if they win the Champions League. And they've got to play Real Madrid over two legs. It doesn't look great. However, you look at Chelsea's history of winning the Champions League. They've only won it when they've been doing crap in the league and sacked someone mid-season. So, there you go. They might actually do something. But with this whole thing, I think Lampard, it's a great job. It's a great job because I was wondering where his next job was going to come from after being sacked by Everton. But coming in for this one, with this job, because it's on a short-term basis, because it's just till the end of the season, it's less pressure. With him, if he gets a couple of wins and does well and does better with these players over a short-term period, it wins a bit of favour back for him. And, it's a bit more stuff to help him get his next job. Because with Everton being the last thing on your CV and the way that happened, it's not looking good for him. This kind of is just, because it's not a long-term contract, because it's just these 10 games, it eases him into it and he just knows, right, if I just do okay, weather the storm, get the players back on side with everything and just keep things calm, get a couple of wins, make them a little bit harder to beat, it's kind of all right. And for him, it's perfect. For Lampard, this is fantastic. This is a great opportunity because I did think, God, after Everton, where is his next job coming from? And it turns out it's Chelsea. But for him, it's perfect. He just needs to get some things. They've got Wolves on the weekend. That will be, everything's a tough game in the Premier League at the moment. It's away. They just need a win. Any sort of win. And they're kind of in the clear. Just anything to just kind of boost morale. They've been so poor in front of goal recently. Like, the chances they missed against Liverpool, just shocking. They're just lacking that clinical edge. And, they just need to score a goal. I think they might win on the weekend, maybe like 1-0 or something. I'll talk about that later. Obviously, my prediction video is going to come out very soon. They'll come out tomorrow. But regarding this whole thing with Lampard, it's really weird. And I've said before on the podcast, I'm against bringing managers back. This is a bit different because it's not on a permanent basis. It's just bringing them in to help out. But Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. You know, it's just like a little last dance. It's not really the last dance in that term, because there's nothing really to play for realistically. But it'll be interesting to see. My club have still got to play Chelsea. Maybe he'll make it harder than it would have been with Potter. I don't know. I'm still confident we'd win that at the Emirates. But it's so weird. It's so weird. I think... I don't think it's as funny as people make out. I think it makes actually quite a little bit of sense. Just bringing someone in, just to, I mean, it is a caretaker manager. It is a manager to take care for the rest of the season, just to keep the ship afloat a little bit. They're not in trouble of going down or anything. They're just in trouble of just, you know, embarrassing themselves. Just stay where you are, keep the club afloat, maybe jump up a couple places. You know, you don't want to finish below Villa. That would not be a good look for the club, or Fulham. Just maybe finish. Like if he gets them 7th, for Chelsea it's not great, but for him it would do him a world of good. And 7th could happen. 5th, 6th, maybe not. I don't really think they'll finish 5th or 6th, but 7th could. 7th could happen. But yeah, they just need to start picking up goals and wins, and there's still a decent amount of the season to go. So, you know, with the 9 or so games left, you win 4, you know, draw a few, with the consistency of the teams outside of the top 6, you know, that would do you a world of good. So yeah, I don't know. Comment below what you think about this point. How do you think it's going to impact Chelsea? Do you think they'll do better throughout the rest of the season? Where do you think they're going to finish? Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Ding the bell for notifications. Should be notified every single time we upload on this channel. Don't forget, we've got tons of content on this channel, including podcast clips, original content, and full episodes, all on this channel. And of course, we are on many platforms. Look at the links below in the description for all of our socials, including Spotify and Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff. And yeah, so this has been The Footballing Question. I'll see you around.